We are gonna lift some weights around here. We're at SuperTraining Gym, the strongest gym in the West, and we're gonna be banging out some squats today. I am going to try to just do about 2 exercises with a finisher. So squat, maybe some leg pressing, and then maybe some sled pulling or something like that at the end. But got my boy Keegan Dillon in here today. Got my bro Ham over here. He's gonna try to use the fake hips as an excuse. You got Josh Kim. He's gonna try to make everything an excuse. One of the only guys I know that can use everything as an excuse. And then we got my boy Wheezy over here. Come over here, Wheezy. This guy is having a war on carbs. No carbs till Christmas. And he's been doing
really great.
He's been doing awesome besides 2 mochas.
Yep.
Any other slip-ups?
Not that I can think of.
Don't make me check your urine.
Well,
or your blood.
Coke Zero?
Coke Zero, that ain't bad.
Not bad. Makes me think I'm cheating.
Still no carbs.
Lots of Coke Zero.
There we go. So yeah, we're gonna bang on some squats. We're getting warmed up. We have some new hip circle colorways, and I'm gonna throw these on for some of my warm-ups, and we'll get going. We'll get cranking through this. Try not to fart, 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 try not to fart. Whoops. You got breathing? I just always squat like I got tons of powerlifting gear on. It's safer that way. Do the stand efforting move. Go down real slow. So, you know what we're doing here in the warm-up, you see some of us with the hip circle on. We're just trying to get our hips warmed up, trying to get our body adjusted. And I think this is a kind of a thing that people aren't doing in their warm-ups a lot of times. Something simple that you could do, you can implement a hip circle just like we're doing today. But in addition to that, I like to see people do 2 or 3 sets of the same weight and make the weight feel better. So I did 135 once, felt pretty good. Did it a second time, and it started to feel better. So you don't have to, just because you did a weight doesn't mean that you can't repeat it. In your warm-ups, it's really important that you get your body to the temperature that you want it to get to. And it's important that you move and groove and slide and glide and move around in the right positions before you start to really put more weight on the bar. If it doesn't feel great, it's gonna feel worse when you start to add more weight. These guys over here are utilizing a different technique. They're doing box squats, which we're gonna get into in a second, but they also have the chains on the bar. The chains help to accommodate the resistance. There you go, Bill. So that weight is much heavier at the top and much lighter at the bottom. As you could see when he was squatting down, more and more chain was piling up on the ground. You guys have heard me talk about this many, many times. This is just another way to train. You don't have to have chain to be strong, but it's another tool in the toolbox. It's another option for us. And you can see this is gonna cause some instability too. This thing's gonna be shake, rattle, and rolling around as he goes to stand up with the weight. And that's gonna force him to work on his core a little bit more and work on his stability. But there's less weight at the bottom, more weight at the top, which actually feels really good if you've ever had knee pain or if you ever had pain during a squat. Having the load lightened quite a bit in the bottom is super beneficial. Yeah, let's add some weight and let's throw in a box. I need 2 more. Yep. Perfect. 2 plates. It's getting real. So for warm up, there's not a reason to do really a lot of reps in the warm up, especially on the movement that we're going to use for the day. I could do higher reps if I wanted to, but there's not a lot of reasons to do it. You just need to know the weight. Your body temperature needs to be up a little bit. You need to be kind of used to the movement. So I'm just going to do a set of 5 here.
Hi, Juan. How we doing? Ready?
Can you maybe lower the rack a little bit?
What are you doing now this way?
That's good.
Okay.
I had things so precise and things felt a certain way and things were so exact that when I would get underneath the monolift, I would like wiggle myself into position, and as soon as I would kind of go here, then they would lower the rack on top of me a little bit more. I'd get more compression, I'd get tighter, and then I'd squat, you know, whatever was on the bar, something heavy. Trying to drop my upper body back behind where my knees are, so I'm back in here.
Yeah, everything is. The hips are good, everything else is.
Last one.
Right a second.
There we go.
Not like right now.
Grab you some sleeves. Let's try another one. This is a
little camo?
I think that's a 2XL, and this is an XL. But this one is stretchier.
Okay.
So whatever one you want to try.
I'll go with the camo.
What do we give him?
Former military.
Yeah.
Yeah, former Army. Of course, he's going to throw on the camo, right?
Tell us what we got here.
Just some new designs. These are our sport sleeves. I've had a sport sleeve out for a little while, but always making advancements, always making improvements. You can see it says lift through it on the inside as well. That's to inspire you and to fire you up, and it's this way on purpose. So to you, it's upside down, but when I'm looking at it right here, I get to see that message. So when I'm in here and I'm sitting here and I'm like frustrated or I don't want to work out, I go to roll the sleeve on, I go to put it on, and I see that, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to lift through it. So you crank these guys on. Now we're ready to go. Just new colorways, new designs. These are a little stiffer than the previous sports sleeves as well. So just juicing them up a little bit. And be careful when you put on sleeves that are made from us, because you want to make sure there's a nice gap in the ceiling. I've had a couple people actually just like explode right through the roof before. So wherever you're going to squat, you want to make sure that there's nothing that's going to impede your upward trajectory, because it can be super dangerous. But that's only happened to like about 87% of the people, so it's not really that bad. Try to bring that stance out. It's been a while, so I'm gonna have the toes pointed a little bit, pointed outward a little bit. Normally I would go out real wide and go like this. That puts a lot of tension on the hips, so we don't want, since it's new-ish for me, I haven't done it in a long time, I'll be a little more cautious. Get the upper back tight, slide the weight into place.
Yeah, so my heel's actually like lower than the front of my foot. So yeah, no, I love them, especially because I have wide feet, so yeah.
It's funny because they look funny.
Yep, really do. Yeah, they give you
Hey, set number 1 done. Yeah, but my mosquito during that set. Gotta warn me of that, cameraman. Damn. Lock it in, get a lot of air. There you go, good. Nice. Good, another one. Here we go, last one. Good. Yep. You're in there. Good work. I've talked in previous videos about how important it is to have an intent of the day. Having an intention of your day is crucial, and not just here in the weight room. It's critical with what we do here at Slingshot and business, and it's critical and crucial in what you do in your day-to-day. So the intent for today is to get to a good heavy set of 3. What that means for me for today, since I'm out of practice with heavy squat, is it's just gonna be, I'm gonna go to a technical limit, and I'll show you what a technical limit is, but it's basically gonna be, I start to really round over and get screwed over by how heavy the weight is, and when I feel like I'm no longer strong enough to keep form and technique throughout every single rep that I'm doing, that is when I will probably decide to do maybe an extra set or 2 of the same weight, perhaps even lower the weight, maybe raise the weight a tiny bit. I'll toggle it, but I'll communicate back to you guys and let you know. When you get to that technical limit, it's really hard to kind of judge, but I'm really just looking for 2 good sets of 3 out of today.
It's funny how below parallel now is called 2, right? Yeah, it's way too much. Yeah. At or slightly above is perfect. With emphasis on slightly above.
Yep.
Good.
There we go. Trying to, when I come off the box, I'm really trying to flex with everything that I have. But in a safe fashion. I am trying to be as explosive as I can handle, but it's as explosive as I can handle for today. Years ago, I would be a lot more explosive. I'd be able to push into it a lot harder, but I also have to be a little careful. You need to have, you know, your car has like a governor on it, right? It's gonna kind of protect the car from being too powerful. Sometimes with your weights, you don't want to be so sporadic and so crazy that you can potentially hurt yourself. So I am firing, but I'm firing everything all together in a smooth and controlled fashion. I get a lot of people asking about, you know, how to wear your belt. First of all, we sell belts over at MBSlingshot.com. So pick yours up, click over here, check it out. We'll put a link there for you. But this is our strong belt. I personally prefer just a 10mm belt over the 13mm belt. 13mm belt is a little stiffer. I like it to have a little bit more flexibility. But you can see I have the belt on pretty tight and pretty secure, but I also can I can put my thumbs in here. I can actually kind of get my hand in there a little bit. And that's so that I can expand and breathe into the belt. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to try to take a lot of air in, and I'm going to try to breathe into the belt. As I pick this weight up off the rack, I'm going to calmly try to get some air in through my nose, and I'm going to try to cap everything off with a big deep breath through my mouth. So kind of show you what that looks like. And we're using the belt to our advantage. We're breathing into the belt and using the belt as a brace. The belt can help protect your back, but not. It's only when you learn how to kind of use your stomach and brace yourself. It's like you're bracing yourself for your brother, your cousin, someone coming up and sucker punching you in the stomach. You got to really brace that stomach.
Very low back dominant. So I think like it gets overused to a point.
So here we go. We're gonna go through the nose.
His body's like, I don't want to do this. Coaches, everybody in that part of like Jesse, that's cool. Jared, like they're all like bouncing around like these spots, like because it'd be so fucking expensive. It's fucking like a coach other than like Jesse keeps trying to get me back, and I'm like, dude, I can't. I don't want to be like a mercenary flyer for coaching.
Hey,
like,
got it done.
I don't like that.
Whew. I don't know what that feels like. Make your head explode. Weights are feeling pretty good. That was around 375 pounds. This bar is about 10 pounds heavier than a regular bar. I think I'm going to do that again. It felt good, and something I learned from training for many years. When something feels good, roll with it. You know, it's not gonna go to jail for doing this for multiple sets, right? Feels good, keep it that way. Let's go. Here we go. Come on, Wayne. Come on now. There we go. Good power.
One more. Yeah.
Good job. Good, you're in. Yeah, nice work, Wayne. Yep. Here we go now. Come on. Nice. There you go.
Looking good.
There you go, Keegan. Float. Yep. Here we go. The last one. Good. You're in there.
That's not too shabby for not having a bar in your back in a year.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's fucking good.
I love the way you're moving, you know, so controlled on the way up.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You're really controlling it on the way up.
Yeah, really slow eccentric. You know, really break down those muscle fibers. I read about it in a book one time. I can leave my hands there if you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a chalk. There you go.
Yep.
You're good.
There we go. Felt good. Another good set. Maybe go up and wait on this next one. Back is still feeling like it's in position. Try a little more weight and go from there.
What'd you weigh in at this morning?
This morning I was 232. Lightest I've been more recently has been down to 225. So I'm Really happy with the weight though. The weight's stabilizing, and that's like right where I want it to be. I don't want to keep trending down and just turn into nothing. I want to still be strong. There you go, Wayne.
One more.
Yep.
Chest up. Go.
Woo!
Holy shit. Down. You're good.
Someone's legit.
Came to the party today.
Better than the last set.
What the fuck?
What is it like to work out at SuperTraining? Very encouraging. There's a lot of accountability. Everyone here makes sure that you stay safe. It's great because you get to use all Mark's equipment, and also like slingshots, hip circles, wrist wraps. It's all here for you to use. Belts. So he just really cares about your safety and making sure that everybody's having fun too. You know, you see us bulleting and having a good time, and I think that that's kind of what the gym environment is supposed to be like. You're supposed to have fun, and you know, but also when it comes time to step up to the bar, it's time to get a little serious, because you know, if you're not paying attention, you could get hurt. So everybody is really keeps an eye on everyone. So it's really awesome. I love it, and it's free.
I appreciate everything. No problem.
Got that crotch shot.
Yeah, if
right.
you have those touch, it's a no lift.
Yeah, what is it? Crotch Cam, right? Jesse Berta Crotch Cam.
Yep. One more.
Easy.
Good. Down.
Yep. Felt awesome. A little extra support from these guys. Making some neoprene briefs. They got a little extra pop to them, just the way we designed them. Super excited to get these out to you guys, but it's gonna take me a little while. Probably January, February, 2020.
Yeah. And down.
There we go. Pretty easy.
Yeah, 465 pounds. Been a little while.
Or you want 3 1/4?
A little while since I've even had 400 on my back, so that felt really good. I'm gonna go back down and weight now and get a little repetition from this. That'll be what I like to call my secondary barbell movement. I will either remove the box completely or lower the box height and work my way down, move around a little bit more. And I'm gonna double the reps. So I was doing sets of 3. Now I'll do sets of at least 6 reps. Really, really simple thing that you can implement in your own training is that method right there. Secondary barbell movement. Take the first movement that you did with whatever intent you had for the day and just double up on the repetitions. So again, I did 3 sets of 3 today. I used like 365, 405. I think I did for 2 sets. And then I did 455 there at the end, or 465. You can do the same thing in your own training. Just take that first movement. I did 3 sets of 3. Now I'm gonna do 3 sets of 6. Pretty simple. 6 reps. There we have it. This is the last set. You know, got through those other top sets of 3, and then again the secondary barbell movement. It's the same movement. I was just doing a box squat before. Now I'm doing a regular squat. My box squat stance was a little bit wider. I'm bringing the stance in a little closer on this, so it's a slightly different exercises. But all I'm doing is doubling the reps. I was planning in my head to do 3 sets, but after the first set, it felt not like hard, but like challenging in a sense of like trying to maintain my form and positioning. And I don't want to do a lot of sets where my form and positioning is out of whack. So this will be the last set right here, 2 rather than 3.
Last set, best set. Is that what they say?
That's right.
More. Good. Down. Good.
There we go. That felt really good. I got the bar settled on my back a little bit better. Want to always take your time with that. Be patient with it. On the previous set, the bar creeped up my back a little too high, and I was a little bit in here. So on that one, I was like, let me get the shoulders down and back, really pull that chest up. So it felt really good. Done with squats. Keegan has been doing a lot of conditioning stuff, and he used to be up over 3 bills as well. But next thing we're gonna do is what I consider to be the hardest conditioning drill that we do. I want to see what he thinks and see how bad he thinks it is. And I don't know why it sucks, because when you see it, you're gonna be like, it doesn't look difficult at all, but it's hard.
What'd you think?
Oh, not bad. I feel like it's gonna get a little worse as this goes on, though.
Oh, well, that's all right. Oh, Jesus Christ. These guys are lazy. Look at it. Lazy. How do you become successful? Don't be lazy. It's rule number 1. Let's pull this both directions, down and back. Pull this, yeah, pull it down and back. Walk in some backwardsness. That's working the quads. It's working the hammies and the knees. I can't remember what movie it was.
Why do you keep laughing? Like, don't worry about it.
Whew. Kind of easy so far. Not bad. All right, next time you hit that up, you're gonna do it twice. This is still once, that's twice, down and back.
You can increase the tension or whatever you want.
Ah,
How's that feel?
hurt. Did you go down and back twice? Nice. Whoop, whoop. I think you might have cheated, you might have ran a little bit. If you run, it makes it easier, which is weird. But it makes it kind of hard when you stop. All hits you at once. This is it right here. Hardest thing we do. Those hopes, those dreams, those thoughts you had of making yourself better, this is where they disappear. This fatigue makes cowards of us all. Cowards are people that talk about what they'll never do. Got a hard time doing shit, and it gets to be really hard. If you work through it, you can harden yourself, callous your mind, make yourself powerful enough to get through anything.
This is good. I love that. That slide's awesome.
Yeah, the
I like
tank
that a
is
lot.
nice. Pulling it backwards kills your quads. Getting a lot of quad work in from pulling backwards. A lot of hammies, ass, calves, cankles. Building up a lot of that. The sled is great. You got an injured lower back and you don't know what to do. You could just get a sled from like Rogue Fitness or have a local welder make you one. You need a couple of plates
Or whatever.
somewhere to drag it. Yeah, any sort of weight you can put on there. Whatever resistance you get on there, a couple sandbags or something.
I remember first time
Good to
going to
go.
Verdicts, and it'd be like 400-meter sled drag. You're like, what? And you do it, and you're like, this is the worst fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
With like one plate.
Yep. And for us, I don't know, this turf is 30 yards or something like that, 35 yards. Somewhere in that neighborhood, and we're going down and back twice. But for people that are watching, they're going to try to implement a little bit of this stuff.
There you go.
Just go until it hurts, and when it hurts, push yourself a little further. Pretty simple. Here you go, Wayne.
Almost there.
Come on, Josh. There you go, VJ. That's good. Nowhere to hide. Walk around outside, get your air the best you can.
Feels easy. We be shoulder to shoulder with people in there. We're on shoulder to shoulder with people in there. Why is it so hard? I don't get it.
How do you like that?
It's good. It's a lot shittier than I thought it was going to be. But it's really, I mean, it's crushing my glutes and my quads right now. And like Mark said before, my back's been bugging me for a bit. I actually feel better now than I did when I got here after doing all this shit. So it works. It works.
Not bad for two big fat power lifters. Yeah,
He says his back's feeling better right now.
there you go.
Yeah, I feel good.
That's great. Yeah, and again, like if you have back pain, you could even just skip the squats, you know, or squat even, like we were squatting kind of high. You might even need to squat even higher than that. Find a pain tolerance and find what makes sense for you. Again, I say this all the time. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst pain, there's really not a lot of great reasons why I can get behind having a pain level above 3 in the gym on any given exercise. There's too many other exercises to do. You really should be experiencing no pain. If we can find that, that would be great. I'm not talking about the pain of how hard the set is. I'm talking about, you know, that kind of wincing pain where you're like, what the fuck is that, right? I don't like too much of that. You have too much of that going on, too hard to recover from your workouts, too hard to make progress. How about for the people you work with? Somebody says, hey man, those lunges you gave me, killing my knees. What do you tell them to do?
Yeah, I changed it up, and I think like you said, like you don't want to go past a certain pain threshold, because even after you do, the next day, what do you wake up at? How do you feel the next day? How does that translate in to everything else you have in that week? How does that affect your other training? So you got to be creative, and I mean, you guys have every toy in the world: belt squat, leg press. I mean, you could do a variety of things.
And also, Keegan works with a lot of athletes, but really, no matter who he's working with, it's everyone's trying to make progress. So, what do the coming days and weeks look like? They're all just going to be harder. They're going to be harder than they were the day before because you're trying to get better. You're trying to get better. You got pain. You keep trying to work. Keep trying to push through it. Recipe for disaster. Avoid it. Try to find something that you can do that's a little more comfortable. Lean into that resistance. Lean into the resistance of life. Where there's pushback, where there's a resistance. Great reward. Look at the goddamn sled right now. Notice anything different on it? There's an extra plate on there. Time for extra work. Time to push a little harder. Time to lean into it and get that reward. It's right here. Opportunity's right here in front of me. Whoa, Nelly. Brain. Communicating to the body right now. Saying, dude, you should go home. You should give up. You should quit. Habit is what's driving me forward right here. One foot in front of the other every day. Step by step, ferociously, continuously, constantly. Keep moving. Once you stop, it's gonna suck to try to regain momentum. So just keep yourself moving the best you can. Wow. So when I was going that way the second time, I really felt like I was in a lot of trouble. But then I tried to relax, try to breathe, try to pretend it's easy, and I tried to be distracted by other shit that was going on in the gym. But it got to be really hard, to the point where I just couldn't, I didn't think I could take another step. But that happened going that direction. Fought through it. Did an extra 30, 40 steps to get to that wall. Came back this way. As soon as I took 10 steps, was in the same spot again. You can't do it. Boom, you take a step. You can't do it. Boom, you take a step. Your body tells you no. Your body starts shaking. Your body starts trembling. Then you run through all the possibilities of what might happen. I might be really embarrassed right here. I might throw up in front of all my friends. What if I cramp up? What if I literally can't take another step? What if I fall? What if I lock up? What about later today? Am I going to cramp up? Sometimes in your training, you need to take yourself out into deep water with no intention or no idea, no understanding of how or if you're going to be able to swim back to shore. That's what trying to be better every single day can feel like at times. But you can do it. You can prove yourself wrong. You can prove other people wrong. But it's not going to happen without a lot of practice. You want to be good at anything in life, you better practice it. You want more willpower, you want more discipline, you want to be better, you want to move better, you want to look better, you want to be more smarterist, then it better be stuff that you practice, it better be stuff that you work at. Got some awesome people in here, super motivating. Some of the different people that we see in here every day. Got some kids over here, young kids. Got some teenagers in here. This kid here on the incline dumbbell, he's got himself to exhaustion now. He can't press those dumbbells up anymore, but he did about 375-pound squat. A teenager, I think 17 years old, 16 years old. This kid coming in from UC Davis, squatting like a mofo, rubs his butt on the ground when he does his squats. What's your best squat again?
530.
530 squat. Look at this guy, built for some power, built for some powerlifting. You guys will see. You're gonna squat today?
No, I'm deadlifting today.
Oh, he's deadlifting today.
Yeah.
Next time, let's see it next time.
Can't max out every time.
Is it tough to deadlift?
For me, yeah. Short arms.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes with the shorter physique, it lends itself. It's amazing for
Benching.
squats, amazing for benching, and then it's like you're screwed on the deadlift. But when you go to a powerlifting meet, they don't tell you, hey, you don't have the deadlift, right?
That's what we simple.
You still got to do it. Oh, he's a sumo lifter. That's cheating.
At least I don't cook for it.
But I get a lot of energy from a lot of the people that come in here. Different strength levels. You got people riding their bike here. I think this kid somebody told me he ran like 50 miles to get here. I think 50, I'm not sure.
That's good.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go talk to him.
How far did you ride your bike to get here today?
About 17 miles.
17 miles. Okay,
Yeah.
so we exaggerated. But 17 on the way here?
Yeah.
So there we go. Do the math. Multiply that by 2. And I think we end up with like 144 miles if my math is right.
Yeah.
Why do
Probably
you do
about
it?
a month, yeah.
Why do you do it?
Oh, I just don't have a car right now, so I'm just doing what I can to get over here.
Why do you come to this gym?
I really like it.
There we go. Strongest gym in the West, right?
Yep.
But you
Good
don't,
environment. You see other people lifting big weights. You know what's possible for yourself, right?
Yeah, and the gym I go to there's nothing that compares.
It's just
Over
kind of
here.
dead.
Yeah, well it's over at Sac City,
Yeah.
and they've all got like crappy benches, really weird squat racks and all that. So
Yeah. And
I just come over. Yeah.
One of the biggest differences about this place is just like-minded people. What's your best squat in competition?
435.
435-pound squat. That's a powerful squat for a young guy. He doesn't look like he weighs 300 pounds either, right? So it's a good, strong, powerful squat. But what you'll see in here is you'll see one person doing 435. You'll see another person doing 235. But you'll also see another person doing 635. But what remains common amongst all of them is just everybody just wants to get better. Not only does everybody want to get better, everybody wants to see everybody else get better. So we don't want him running around with a slingshot shirt and a SuperTraining gym shirt saying he trains at SuperTraining with just a 435 squat, right? You need to get it to 455 and 465 and 475. Then he can go around telling people he trains at SuperTraining. Anyway, man, great to have you in here today.
Yeah. This thing is so brutal.
I know. You know, a lot of people think that you can't train hard when you don't have carbs in you, but like, this got to be really challenging for me, but I feel like I can train for another hour. If somebody's like, hey, let's start a completely different workout, I could start one right now. I might not be at full strength, but I'd still actually be able to do it. From having the pro wrestling background that I did from years and years ago, wrestling practice was 4 hours, easy. And the amount of times we'd cool down and warm up and then go full throttle again was a lot. It happened very frequently. So I'm no stranger to that. And then also in my powerlifting career, my workouts would take a really long time. So I don't have any problem with like hanging out in here all day. Even on like a no carb and zero carb diet nowadays, I feel like I can sustain working out really hard. I feel like I can sustain cardio conditioning style workouts. The only thing every once in a while that I might be missing a little zip on here and there, and this is a good reason to maybe try some supplemental ketones, or this might be a good argument to make sure that you're eating enough fat. This also might be a good argument to do a cyclical ketogenic diet, which means just to bring carbohydrates in a little bit here and there. But you need an energy source, and sometimes as you go through your workout, you kind of go, start to slope down. What I've noticed is ketones and amino acids during a training session, that can help pick me back up. Just supplemental ketones, companies like Perfect Keto make them. A lot of other companies out there have exogenous ketones, they're called, which I don't know why they call it that, but like it's easier to just say supplemental ketones. There's also ketone esters, which I also will mess with here and there. It's more of a liquid form and it's supposed to be more potent and stronger, but the downside to that is A, they usually taste really disgusting, and B, they're very expensive. So I use those just occasionally. But even without that, just in paying attention to my nutrition, just making sure I have enough salt and potassium and things like that, I feel ready to go every single day. I feel like I still have another level to hit during my training session. Sometimes all I'll do is put a little salt in my water. If I really feel like I'm up against it and I really feel like I got waxed, then I will mix up a protein shake and throw a little salt in there, and I feel like I'm ready to go. If you don't feel that from your workout, if you don't feel that when you're doing low carb, it could be for multiple reasons. Number one, maybe you just haven't tried the diet for long enough. Number two, maybe you're not getting in enough fats. Might want to look at MCT oil and coconut oil. Those are faster acting forms of fat that will turn into ketones a little bit faster. Number three is you might want to try some exogenous ketones, supplemental ketones, either in ester form or in just a regular supplemental powder. And then the fourth thing or fifth thing, whatever number we're on, it is also likely that a ketogenic diet may not be something that works great for you. Some people burn up sugar a little bit better than others. Some people burn up fat a little bit better than others. Hard to determine that, hard to know that unless you've actually tried to work out, or tried the diet. So in order to really effectively try a diet, you have to try it for a while. You got to take about 8 weeks out of your life, and you got to really give it a shot. Take it one day at a time. Is it making me feel better? Is it making me feel worse? Try to keep tabs on that. Pay attention to that. Are your workouts better or worse? Keep tabs on that. Are you losing weight? Because you could be losing weight, which could be the goal. Workouts could be a little bit worse. Your day-to-day could be a little bit worse. But you could be losing weight and heading in a direction of a goal, a greater goal. So you might have to hold steady and say, okay, I'm going to hold on to this because maybe it'll start to feel better. Probably, most likely, like it has for me and so many others, it will probably start to feel better. It'll probably start to feel a little bit easier. And then you're like, oh shit, I already lost 10 pounds. This feels great. I don't mind the small sacrifice in the gym. Bring the fats up, bring the calories up, maybe ditch some fasting, and you'll find that you continue to still lower your body weight, but then your energy levels start to come up. And now we really landed on something effective. And now that 6 or 8 weeks that you took to come to this idea that this diet works well for you was well worth it. And even if it's not for you, you came to another idea that a different diet's better for you. So you still ended up learning. Strength is never weakness. Weakness is never strength. Thank you guys so much for following along. Please comment below. Let me know what you want to see in the warm-up. Let me know what you want to see in the workout. Let me know what you want to see in here out of all this great equipment. What do you want me to show you how to use? Catch you all later.